Like many families and businesses, the City of Round Rock works diligently to balance its budget. Over the past 2 years, the city has cut more than $4.6 million in expenses and streamlined operations as revenues decreased due to the economic downturn. For the upcoming fiscal year, the city is proposing another lean, fiscally conservative spending plan. If there's a theme for this year's budget, it's taking care of what we've got. The proposed budget includes restoring funding for street maintenance and bringing employee salaries up to market, most notably for police and firefighters. The Round Rock City Council will consider a general fund budget of $83 million, which is about $2 million or 2.3% more than the current budget. The bulk of the additional spending, $1.2 million, will be for our street maintenance program, which has gone unfunded for the past 2 years. The proposed pay increases will be targeted only to those areas where salaries are significantly below market and will not be an across-the-board increase. There will be no increase in water and sewer rates, as well as no increase in the newly instituted drainage utility fee. The proposed tax rate of 42.3 cents per $100 of valuation provides the same amount of revenue collected last year from properties on the tax roll last year. Because overall property values have decreased, this effective rate is slightly higher than last year's tax rate. An individual property owner's payment will vary compared to last year based on the change in the appraised value of their home. While most residents understandably focus on property tax rate changes, in Round Rock, sales tax represents just over half of the revenue generated for the city. Property taxes make up only about a quarter of general fund revenue. Strong sales tax collections, thanks in large part to Dell's presence here, have enabled Round Rock to enjoy one of the lowest property tax rates in the state for years. In years past, Dell made up nearly half of sales taxes. To prevent becoming over-reliant on any single revenue source, the City Council adopted a financial management policy intended to systematically reduce reliance on Dell to 20% of overall sales tax revenue for operations by 2017. This fiscal year, Dell is at 36%. The proposed budget steps that down to 34%, keeping us on track to meet our goal. Other sales tax sources have increased, helping to make up for the decreased reliance on Dell. Another significant benefit of the financial management policy, revenue that comes in from Dell above projections is put into our self-financed capital fund to pay for large one-time expenses. That's money we don't have to borrow, which helps keep our property tax rates low. This kind of conservative financial practice has served Round Rock well over the past 2 decades and is critical to maintaining our long-term fiscal sustainability as well as our AA+ bond rating. The proposed general fund budget reestablishes funding for street maintenance, which was put on hold for 2 years. During that time, we did the inspections and programming needed for a new pavement management software system that enables us to target streets most in need. We're restarting the street maintenance program in this current fiscal year with funds accrued from previous budgets. The proposed budget will add minimum new personnel to meet growing demands, specifically part-time staff at the library to keep shelves stocked as the library is experiencing record demand. The addition of 2 new park plazas in downtown Round Rock will require additional funding for maintenance. Other than that, it's pretty much a status quo budget. For the second consecutive year, there are no increases to retail water and wastewater rates needed to balance the proposed $40 million utility fund budget. There is also no increase in drainage utility rates, which were implemented earlier this year. With the intense drought we've endured this summer, you may be wondering about Round Rock's future water supplies. Good news on that front. Work continues on schedule and under budget for the Brushy Creek Regional Utility Authority project, of which Round Rock is a partner. Here's what the proposed city property tax payment would be on an average value home. And here's how Round Rock compares to its neighbors in monthly residential utility costs. When you combine tax and utility costs, Round Rock remains one of the most affordable cities in Central Texas. To recap, the proposed budget lays out a plan to allow the city to take care of what it already has, both for infrastructure and human resources. Spending in the 2012 budget remains below 2009 levels as the city continues to work at reducing costs and becoming more efficient in our operations. In fact, our per capita expenditures have decreased by nearly 6% compared to 2008, while our population has increased by nearly 7%. Our tax and utility rates remain among the lowest in the region, and we continue to gradually reduce our reliance on Dell sales tax revenue for daily operations without having to sacrifice service levels. The City Council will vote on the budget and tax rate at its 2 meetings in September on the 8th and 22nd. There will be public hearings at both meetings, and you can also voice your opinion on the city's blog. If you want to review the entire proposed budget, check out roundrocktexas.gov/budget.